hey! Welcome back to another episode of Project Bedrock. I'm really happy you're here. This week I've got a lot of things to show you, so let's get started. Okay, just had Renee swing by and drop off a chest full of wood. I've already taken some out, obviously. Sugarcane, paper, and sticks. She's so generous. And I asked her for it because I'm working on the roof. Started a little bit and thought I better start recording and show you what I'm up to. Now I'm going to start on the birch around the windows that I already have placed here. And then, of course, surround those with the spruce logs that I will later strip, as well as the birch. Occasionally, you'll see a sword like this, or a piece of scaffolding, or something bouncing up and down. Pay no mind to it. It's my camera account, and I use it to watch what I'm building. Since this is so big at the bottom, it needs a lot of height. So I'm going to add another level and then the roof on top of that. So hopefully it will balance out from the top to the bottom. Unfortunately, these spaces are unused. I don't have any plans for inside them. Maybe it'll be just some kind of secret storage stash in the future. But right now they're just purely decorative. At this time, I'm going to place the birch in one block just to give it a little more depth. So you're not just looking at a flat wall all the way up from top to bottom. And now looking back at it with my camera account, it does need a little more height. So here I'm going to add more birch walls and then add the spruce wood around it to kind of square it off. Then I will add a rooftop. And I think it should be tall enough from here. Now before I move on to the roof, this is one of my favorite parts, the detailing. I'd like to add trapdoors and stairs in the corners, and when you stand back it kind of gives it a circular effect, which just adds a little je ne sais quoi, but it's there and I like it. Make sense? I hope so. Now I know this is a useless tower on top of an iron farm, but I do like it to look a little realistic. So this is where I'm going to build a walkway around the edge. Stepping back, here is the circular effect that I was talking about, and right underneath it is the walkway that I was just building. Now instead of having each section of this tower look the same, I want to add a little bit of detail with a different colored wood just to add contrast. So here I'm going to use birch against the spruce. And now, to be perfectly honest, I started building this roof without stepping back and looking to see even how many blocks wide it is. So from here on, it's just a complete shot in the dark. And if it turns out correctly, it's 100% pure luck. I got so excited to finally get the roof put on this to see how it looks. I just started throwing blocks up, really. And this is where I can completely kick myself in the pants because I finished the roof and all of the detailing and forgot to record the entire thing. I am really happy with the way the very top of this turned out because, like I said before, it was a shot in the dark. I was just putting blocks up and it actually turned out exactly the way I had it in my mind. I couldn't have been luckier. And then finishing off the details like the spikes where I put the walls, the fence posts, and the iron bars just to really finish it off. I've added gates and fence posts in other places and I think it's done. So the other day I was AFK'd underneath the iron farm and didn't realize I was crouching, but came back to this sign. RS Built had left me 3 wither skulls, which is great because now I can take them to the end, spawn the wither, use my chicken eggs, and get some wither roses that I need for around my iron farm. Early in the week, I died. And then when RS Built and I were working on the ghast farm, I accidentally killed him. So I decided now is the time to build up some death boxes and sell them at my shop. So I built one and started to run out of diamonds. So I decided today I'm going to go on an end run and see what I can find. This is a short time lapse of a few of the end cities that I raided. Enjoy! I cut the time lapse short, but you can see I went to plenty of end cities. Now I'm going to go through these shulker boxes and organize everything, put them into a chest, and then get started on the rest of the death boxes I want to make. I have been busy and I've been going to the gold farm that Renee and RS Built has been building so I can get these death boxes finally finished, and now they're here. The first one is a very special deal. I'm selling it for 75 diamonds, and everyone after that is going to be 100 diamonds. And I hope everyone else thinks it's worth it because these were a pain to build, especially 4 of them. But I hope I got everything in here that everybody will need. It's a pretty balanced set of armor, pickaxes, swords, food, you name it, it's here. Alright, I am meeting Ars Built and Renee here in the end to get this wither farm up and running. I use these wither skulls and these chickens in the dispenser that Ars Built is dancing next to get our wither roses. Okay, we're loading up the chickens and I'm ready to get some wither roses. And these shulker boxes are empty, so I'm going to replace them and add some more eggs. The key here is to get as many chicken eggs in there as you can, so you can just take advantage of spawning the wither one time and just have a ton of wither roses at the end. And while we wait for the chicken eggs, I will come down here and try to remember how to replace the soil. I have a bad feeling about this. I think it needs to come out one. I think I'm gonna have to double check. I'm so glad I checked. It's in the wrong spot. Goes here, 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 here. That's the way it's supposed to be. Don't need a mess. They're empty again. Yep. Hey. And I'll just pop it here real quick. How many chickens do we have in there? I mean, there's quite a few. You can't tell. Certainly don't want to break this glass because then they all go shooting out that way. And I've got my wither skulls. Turned it off. Need to hit them with a splash potion of poisoning and got myself. There are a lot of chickens in there because it's definitely framey. Goes nothing. Looks like we've got them in the right spot. Sweet. Now we wait. Watch these chickens. Gonna explode. Nothing in here. Chickens got hit. And chest is filling up. We'll check the final stacks later. We'll go up here and watch the wither die of suffocation damage. Just like that. Another star. And 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 stacks of wither roses. So in real life today, I'm just doing my thing, and I get a message from Ars Built just saying, don't get on, don't log on. It's bad. I don't want you to see what happened. So naturally, curiosity, I had to come and see what happened. Apparently, he put a wither in here and used soul sand, not knowing that a wither will spawn with soul sand and not just soul soil. So it kind of got a little crazy and out of hand and blew up the place. And I think it's funny. I don't mind it one bit. I'm sure he felt terrible, but I think it's funny. I don't mind that it blew up. So, another prank gone bad, but gone hilariously well. But I've got to get him back, and I've got an idea. My revenge is going to be a challenge. The first part is written in this book, and the challenge is to record his next episode in a really bad French accent for the first 10 minutes. Now, I've got to think of something if he refuses the challenge, what he will need to do. I think I've thought of something. He has to wear a skin more girly than mine for an entire week. Now, let me remind you how girly my skin actually is. I looked like this when I was 5. I have pea pants, a pastel top, blonde ponytails, big green eyes. I mean, you see it. He's going to have to come up with something even more girly than this if he refuses this French accent episode. Now let's go give him the book. Okay, now we're just naming it Revenge Challenge. Gigi. Let's go give it to him. He says he can't even do a French accent. Good thing we gave him options. Coming back to it, really, it's just another prank gone bad, but gone hilariously well. It's just a house. It's Minecraft. It can be rebuilt. And now I know what you're thinking. Why is there water in your house, Gigi? I have a perfectly good explanation for that. See Monstera. I flew back over to my iron farm after working off somewhere else and found it full of friendship chickens again, which is great because, Witherfow's farm. Cool. But then I went to go to sleep up the water elevator to the attic, but didn't ever land. And then it took me a minute to realize my attic is full of water, and I now have a pet axolotl. I do love all of the pranks, and I'm going to ask you for your help. Write down in the comments if you have any good ideas for pranks so I can get these guys back. And I did want to show you all of the damage has been repaired. And it looks probably better than the way I left it. At the beginning of the season, we did all agree that if there was a prank and damage was done, that we would repair the damage. And that just kind of goes without saying. That's perfect. So guys, with that, I am going to say, got a bird on my shoulder. There we go. I'm going to say thank you for hanging around again this week. I know this video is a little bit longer, but I had a lot of stuff I wanted to show you. And I really did want to try to make my videos longer than 5 minutes. I just wasn't that comfortable yet, but I'm getting better now. So once again, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.